When a family is in deep and dire poverty, sometimes the only thing the family can sell is either themselves or their children. And when a child is sold to someone, invariably the child will end up in a sex trade. Now I want to tell you a story. This child was sold in Phnom Penh, and she is not made to work in Phnom Penh because the idea is that if she managed to escape, there are some familiar landmarks that she can use to find help. So usually she is made to work in a faraway places, so that it's a place totally foreign to her. So this girl was sold in Phnom Penh, brought to work in Sihanoukville, which is about 4.5 hours away by car. Sihanoukville is a port city, and there's a place in Sihanoukville called Victory Hill. Nothing victorious about this place. It is 1.6 kilometer or 1 mile stretch of sleazy hotels. With $20, you can get a room and a boy or a girl under the age of 12 to abuse for the night. It's a sleazy place. So this girl was made to work in this place. 6-7 pedophiles a night abuse her, making money for her pimp. And one night she had an abuser who fell asleep, drunk maybe. So she ran out from the hotel room, came downstairs. Behind the hotel, she saw 2 policemen standing across in uniform. So that girl went over and said, "Please help me, please help me." The 2 policemen brought her back to the police station. 6 men raped her and then called the pimp and said, "Hey, hello, your girl is here with us." So the pimp brought her back to the place where the rest of the girls and boys are kept, beat her up. That night, she ran away again. And the pimp found her again. This time, he got so angry, he beat her up. Not only he beat her up, he took a knife, put inside her mouth and cut her all the way to the ear. I know it's graphic, but that really happened. She was then thrown to the beach behind the hotels, left to bleed to die because there's no more value to her. And there were volunteers who patrol the beach because if you've been to Sihanoukville, there are homeless kids sleeping on the beaches. So they are there, take turns to protect the kids from being abused. So we found her bleeding, half to death and all that. And we couldn't repair her because the plastic surgery in Cambodia at that time wasn't advanced, so the nerves and all that were cut. When I knew about this story, it filled me with anger. It filled me with so much hurt and anger that I wanted to do something about it. And I started to trace her history, where she came from. This is Tung Min Che, Phnom Penh, biggest rubbish dump. She comes from a family of trash pickers. One day, the father fell ill, cannot work, no income. People there make about 30-40 cents a day, right? Digging rubbish, waiting for new truck to come in with fresh rubbish. Father fell ill, cannot work. Mother stayed home, looked after the father, no income, a few days. Finally had to go to hospital. Borrowed $20 from a loan shark. After 10 days, the $20 became $80. Cannot pay back. Sold her. That's how she ended up where she was. So, here I am working with hotels. Big, luxurious hotels. You stand in a hotel room full of luxury, you look across the window in India, Indonesia, Pakistan, and you see a slum there. You turn to the north side, there's another slum there. It's like people are living in squalor, and yet we have a lap of luxury here. There must be something we can do. There must be something I can do. I'm in the face of the hotels all the time. I service them, right? I want to find a sustainable job, a sustainable livelihood for the people who live in places like this, where waterfront property is a totally different meaning. Waterfront property is a totally different life to what we know. So, what do? I know the hotel people very well, right? So I go and talk to the hotel general manager. I say, "Sir, Mr. GM, I need your help. I have this community. I really want to do something with them. I want to help them build a livelihood, etc., etc., etc." And guess what? Mr. GM is a nice guy. He said, like, "Yes, tell me what you need." "I need $10,000. He'll be like, "Well, I like to help you, but I got no money." And then that's to be fair. To be fair, if I ask all of us here, you give me the same response. You'll probably give me a few hundred here and there, but you can't give me $10,000 permanently, right? Which is okay. So how do I change the conversation? Because I know the hotels, I look at the kind of hotel waste that the hotel generally produce. You got used gas soaps. You got the small shampoo bottles, the condemned linens, the plastic water bottles and buffet food. And that gave me an idea. For a typical hotel, 200 rooms, 400 rooms, they give you 2 bar soaps inside, right? And you stay there one night. Unless you bring your pet elephant every night and give it a wash, you never finish using the soap. You never finish using the soap. So the hotel is going to throw it away anyway, right? So if you take 400 rooms, 50 gram, 50% occupancy rate, you get generated a 3,000 kilogram or 3 tons of solid soap waste per year. And all of that goes into a big black trash bag and ends up in some landfill. Come on, we can do something about it. So I went to Mr. GM and I say, sir, can you give me your waste soaps? Can you give me a ton of your waste soaps? He'll be like, a ton? I've got 6, take all. So change the conversation. I don't need the 10,000 anymore. Now I've secured the resource, right? I'm using soap as an example for today's talk, but I've got programs for all of this. So we've got soaps here, resource. I've got the community here. Now, how do I convert this into a livelihood program? First, let me share with you the process. We call this program Soap for Hope. If I'm going to turn this program into industrial mixing and melting and all that, it's going to scare the people in the villages. Nobody's going to do it. It's going to be difficult as well. So one day I was sitting around watching TV and I watched MasterChef. Gordon Ramsay came and talked about stuff. And it just struck me. I say, soaps, I can convert this into a MasterChef operation. Cutting and chopping and dicing and the sanitizing step is like deep frying. Can be done. Right? And when you do this as a cooking operation, people in the villages are quite familiar with it. They don't know English, I don't know Cambodian, and yet I still can teach them. Everybody will, in the question in their mind, how do we ensure that the soaps are safe, are sanitary, are hygienic and all that, because these are used soaps. We use a very high-grade bleach, a food-grade bleach, which is safe for the skin, even for baby skin, and this bleach kills 99.99% of all the known bacteria and viruses and yeast and mold in the world known today. Anything that can live after a treatment with the bleach, let it live. It deserves to live. So we turn this into a cooking operation, right? So there's a lot of mixing and all that. And we can add in things also like lemongrass. Like cooking, you add in salt and pepper, all that stuff, right? This one we add in lemongrass because lemongrass, as you know, is an anti-mosquito. Insect repellent, natural insect repellent. So not only the soaps give a form of hygiene protection, it gives also a protection against diseases. Some places we add in ginger to promote wound healing. Some places we add in aloe vera to anti-itch, because in places like rubbish dumps and all that, itching is, skin diseases, eczema is common. So all of this is creativity, cheap stuff you can find in the villages. So that's the process. We've got the process down. What do we do with the machine then? The machine needs to be something that can be put in a box. It's a factory in a box. Because I need to bring this around the world. Not only in one place, lock it down. I need to bring this around, build it locally. And the machine doesn't need electricity. Why? Because in some places I can't find a plug. Simple as that. So it has to be done with all this thing in mind, and we built it. And guess what? The first place that I launched this? Stone Min Che. We went back to Stone Min Che, taught the villagers how to use it, how to run the program. They made soap. Hotels were happy to supply us with soap. Look, what's the cost of the hotel, right? They give you things that they already don't want anyway. And since we started this program in Stone Min Che in October 2013, we have now grown this program in 34 countries, 104 cities, from Peru all the way to Kenya, to Senegal, to Cameroon, to India, Pakistan, Australia, even Vietnam. So we have got, and it's not only helping people who live in a community such as this in Cambodia, it helps people around the world. So how does the business model work? Where does the livelihood part come in? The saving lives part is easy to feature, right? Because you give soaps to people who lack access of soap. You make 40 cents a day, you're not going to spend 20 cents on soap. So you don't have soap. So these soaps are given for free. Now, if soap is given for free, the people are making that for free. Where's the livelihood generation comes from? No, the people don't make it for free. And they can't sell the soap anyway, because retail sales takes a very long time to make the money. So what we do is that we get bulk purchase by the hotels themselves to buy back the soaps. But the hotels don't use the soap. The hotels will take back the soap, give a donation to as a livelihood for the women who converted the soap for them. Then the soap is now given for free to the entire village as a form of free healthcare and free sanitation. So that's how the model works. So you want to join Soap for Hope program? This is what you do. Hotels agree, so we do this. And guess what? I've got a long waiting list of hotels wanting to do this. Just looking at the machine, right? I compacted the soaps. What else can we do? What else can we do? So, compacted the soaps into nice soap bars, different flavors and different functions like anti-mosquito and all that. What else can we do with the machines? Ground coffee. We took ground coffee grounds, the Starbucks after you finish a cup. What happens to that? Throw. We took that, compacted it, and turned this into a charcoal briquette, a coffee briquette, right? Charcoal replacement. So my chicken wings and barbecue has a chicken roasted, smoky flavor to it. Just think about it. Just think about this. For something to burn, right? You need three elements. You need heat, you need substrate, and you need oxygen, right? Heat provided by the fire. Substrate, you can either use charcoal or you use the coffee bricks. And oxygen. If you take 150 grams of charcoal and 150 grams of the coffee bricks, which one will burn faster? The charcoal burns faster because there's oxygen inside the charcoal as well. So there will be fire burning from outside in and inside out. So it burns faster. The coffee briquettes burn much slower. So you can actually use it to cook, to boil water. And in slums places, there's no refrigeration. So you have to cook your meals 3 times a day using firewood. So what do? You have to send your children to the jungles to pick firewood. You got to chop down mangroves and all that. So right now, we are protecting the environment and giving the chance for people to make a living with all the waste that you can find in any big hotels. When you see an injustice, you get angry. I'm sure we all do. When you see something that hurts you, and a lot of us is like we want to do something, we don't know what to do. Just sit down, think what you do best. You may be working with peanut, something small as a peanut, or you may be working with rice, a small grain of rice. Think about what you can do with that. Don't let anyone say that there's nothing you can do. Today, we have converted Soap for Hope into real, measurable hope for a lot of people. We have managed to pull people out from poverty, $30, $40 of income per month, when in the past, they used to make like about $4 a month. And with that kind of money, for some of us, that may be half a bottle of whiskey. But for them, that is money for children to go to school, vaccination, food, shoes, everything. You can make a difference. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. Even with something like trash, like a piece of soap thrown away by a hotel destined for landfill, we can still manage to convert that into a livelihood program, saving lives together with it. Thank you.